So we're back here with the Caprice, and you're mocking up the carburetor and
Playing with fuel lines.
And just getting everything fitted, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Just trying to set the carburetor at least in place so it don't slide off the intake and get fuel line. Just
That carb and intake combo looks so good in my opinion.
looks good, yeah. Gotta get fuel lines pictured in my head. Where they're gonna go on the regulator, where they're gonna go on the frame.
Yeah. So we're coming along to the back of the car here. This customer went with, how many gallons is that?
It's 15.
15 gallon fuel cell? So enough to drive it on the street.
Yeah.
Plenty to drive it on the street.
Yeah, make sure it's brand new.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah. Need to notch the floor out for the cell so it fits in there flat. Then once I do that, there is a frame rail just about perfectly in line with the fuel cell on the bottom where I'm going to mount fuel pump, filters, and then run the fuel line up.
Does the fuel cell like sit in the trunk, kinda?
Yeah, it's gonna sit right there.
Okay.
It's gonna sit right there minus.
I didn't know if it bolted in or like.
Yeah, it's gonna bolt, but you got these two clamps back here, and there's two clamps up here, and then you just bolt it down. Usually, a fuel cell have straps like a gas tank. Then you have your outlets right there. I think I can use one of these as a return and one of these as a vent. I gotta figure out which one. One should have a bolt, like a check valve in it.
Awesome.
And that should be the vent.
Okay.
Yeah. I can use that one return, that one vent.
Do you want to explain that to non-car enthusiasts?
I mean, this is I couldn't actually, not fully because I don't know what the pressure is on this thing. Though anyway, the fuel pump is pumping more pressure than the carburetor can handle, and the regulator's got to bypass some fuel pressure. So the bypassed fuel pressure goes back into the tank right there.
Nice.
So it's going to need two fuel lines going from the tank to the regulator. If you go up, you'll see one fuel line will go from there, which is the feed, under the car and all that stuff, to there. And then there's a bung on the bottom right there, which will go back under the car, and that's the return. And that'll go back around, and probably I'll drill a hole or something like right here, and it'll just come around and loop back in right there.
That'll be nice.
Yeah. And then I'll have a vent. It'll probably look just like the other one, just have a little hole and it goes straight down and vents through the floor.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I'm waiting on the okay to actually start working on the rear end. I'm kind of just messing with the wiring right now.
So Caleb, where are we at with the 2016 Charger?
Yeah, so everything's coming along nicely. We're getting all of the parts that we need in and everything like that. So I've just been kind of assembling as we go along. Right now, working on getting the water pump put back in, as well as the front cover. And then we'll be able to assemble the rest of the front end of the car. As you can see, it is still kind of taken apart. This car is getting long tubes as well, so we're putting those on. That's another reason the front end is kind of still left apart. It is a whole lot easier to get to some of these bolts on the long tubes whenever you can just kind of go through the front end here instead of having to fight with the spacing that they give, because they don't give you a ton of space to work on stuff like that on these cars. As you can see, the engine bay is kind of tight because it's a big engine. So Just kind of is what it is. But that's where we're at right now. Just putting the front end back together, and then we'll keep on keeping on.
What's going on, everybody? Just want to take a little bit of time, a little bit of your time, to discuss the car show that we're having this year. I was doing one a year. We moved it up to 2 this year. We're going to give it a shot. The car show that we're having is it's called First Class Veterans Car Show. This show is held at Palmetto Patriots Home. Palmetto Patriots Home is a home for veterans. It's free for South Carolina, for people that live in South Carolina. It is a fully staffed, nurses on the clock all the time. It is they have a pharmacy there to fill prescriptions and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to talk about the show for a little bit. It was just once a year. We moved it to 2 a year because last year was so successful with the show that we had. We had 50 spots available. We actually had 63 people register their vehicles, and over 100 cars showed up. We raised $2,000 for the show, and all the proceeds go to the home. It's to help them to do other activities and stuff like that. But real quick, I do want to go over a couple of things. The trophies are being sponsored by Print Perfect Design Company. We are in collaboration with Jab Engines Machine Shop. They do all of our machine work here at our shop. And then the food will be Mr. Sweet's Fair Favorites is who's going to be providing the food. We started out the idea of doing the show as a top 20. The people that we had that are wanting to come, we actually moved it to a top 30 show, and we also moved it up to a top 10 motorcycles. And I think one of the reasons why we were able to do that is because of the outpouring of the support that we're getting for this show, for what it does. The quote goes, "The land of the free because of the brave." Because of these guys and because of these guys and these girls or these ladies at this home, we're able to do stuff like this. So for us to show our appreciation by doing a car show for them because they love these car shows, I don't think it's too much to ask for, in all honesty. So I would like to, basically just put it in perspective of, any kind of car is welcome. Any kind of motorcycle is welcome. We don't care what you drive, what you ride. It's not for us. It's for the veterans. The first year we had this show, there were guys that never came out of their rooms. And when we had the show, they were coming out. It puts a smile on their face, and it shows that they're appreciated for what they did and what they had to suffer. These guys have seen stuff that most of us will never dream of, and most of us probably couldn't handle, and they've been through it. So for me to give back to them and having this car show, for them to be able to do other activities, it's minute. It's so small that it doesn't even matter, because they've done so much more for us to be able to do this. The show is on January 29th. It is a Saturday. The address is 120 Hampshire Drive, Gaffney, South Carolina 29341. The name of the place is Palmetto Patriots Home. Again, anything that we make off of this show goes to the veterans home. I don't pocket any kind of money from the show. I don't want to pocket any money from the show. It's for them. At the end of the day, this show is for them. If we can get people to interact with them, talk to them, and unfortunately I have been told that there's some guys in there that their families don't even come and see them. So we've actually become a part of their family. We're the ones that, you know, get them to come out of their house or out of their rooms to come outside, and just to be a part of this. The show is judged by the veterans in the home. It has been every year, and it will continue to be that way. If they need help, there's always somebody with them that can help them with their judging. So, you know, you don't have to worry about your car not being judged properly. The person that's with them knows cars, and the motorcycles as well. The person that's going to be with them will know motorcycles. So nothing will get overlooked. But again, it's not about the trophies. It is about the veterans and showing our appreciation to get these guys to come out of their rooms. For the ones that have never come out of their rooms until these car shows, it's to show appreciation for what they have done. And when I was approached to actually put this car show on, it meant so much to me because my father and his father were both veterans, and my uncle and my grandfather on my mother's side were both veterans. I do have more veterans in my family. They were the closest ones to me. Those were the ones that I knew. But at the end of the day, that's what it meant to me. You know, my dad was a veteran. My grandfathers both were veterans, and my uncle. So if you guys get the opportunity, regardless of where you are, if you're close enough, please come out to the car show. If you're not close enough and you want to donate money for the cause of this car show, I will drop my Cash App in the bottom of this video, and you can actually donate money. On it, please just put donation for car show, so I'll know. And hopefully by the time the car show gets started, we will have merch. I can put a 10% of all merch sold up until the day of the car show will be donated to the car show as well, because I want to get as much as I can for these guys because they've given to us. So let's give back to them and see where it goes. Thank you.